Hi all, this video is about support vector machines. So the support vector machine algorithm is suited for extreme cases. One of the best examples is, let us assume we have two classes of animals. One, let this be a cat, and let these clusters be dogs. So what if a cat looks like a dog and a dog looks like a cat? For us human beings, we can get a closer look at the animals, and then we'll be able to figure out what exactly they are. But then for machines, it is extremely difficult. So that's where the support vector machines comes to play. So SVM is a frontier which best segregates the two classes. It looks at the extremes of data sets, and then it draws a decision boundary, also known as hyperplane. The line, so this line or decision boundary that segregates the two classes is known as hyperplane. And these, so the everything, all of the points here, they are known as support vectors. And then these points specifically that are part of this hyperplane, they are known as data points. These data points, they are known as vectors. So support vectors, the support vectors are data points that the margin pushes up against, or points that are close to the opposing class. So these points specifically, they are the support vectors. The SVM algorithm implies that only support vectors are important and other training examples are ignorable. So in the previous graph that we saw, it is an example for a linear support vector machine algorithm, because here the classes are linearly separable. So next, what if we have a data set that cannot be linearly separable? So for data in which a single line cannot be used to separate two classes, we transform the data using a polynomial function into higher dimensional space. That is, if it is a 1D 1D one-dimensional type of data, then we transform it to 2D. If it's 2D, we then transform it to 3D. So in machines, this transformation to higher dimensional space is computationally expensive. So that's where the kernel trick or kernel function comes to play. It reduces the computational cost. So the kernel functions, they are useful in case of non-linear data set. These functions help in transforming non-linear spaces into linear ones. So there are several types of kernels, but we'll look into the popular ones. So the polynomial kernel, radial basis function RBF kernel, and sigmoid kernel, these are some popular kernel types. So what are the advantages of SVMs? It is very much effective in high dimensional spaces. It is effective in cases where the number of dimensions is greater than the number of samples. It is memory efficient, and it is very versatile, as different kernel functions are available for various decision functions. So what are the disadvantages of SVMs? So if the number of features is greater than the number of samples, the performance of SVM is very poor. And also, one of the major disadvantages is it does not provide probability estimates. It needs to be calculated separately using a very expensive technique. Thank you.